Royal College definition. He taught me two things. One, that I should speak in the Viva Voce very clearly and accurately. And second, that when I write a paper, in those days there was no multiple choice, it was only theory, that I should be very succinct, brief but accurate. And his book, Passing Examinations, of course, has become world famous, and he gave me a copy. And in that book there is a famous quotation which I now like to repeat because it's appropriate for today. More than my parents, more than my teachers, my students remember me most of all. So today that is an occasion when your students. And Richard Asher was the other physician who guided me. He was in Central Middlesex Hospital where I was a registrar. And that was the year, the 6 months I spent there. His book on talking sense has sold 15 million copies. Here are a few quotations from that book. Rudyard Kipling said, I have two sides to my head, right and left, neither of which I will exchange for wine or bread in old age. Third, life is a pudding full of plums, take it as it comes. And the fourth, there are two chapters he wrote in that book which are very important. One is talk, tact and treatment. How to talk to a patient, how to be tactful. That's part of treatment. Because the average villager will come to VHS and say, the doctor nalla padichirukkaru, nariya degree vechirukkaru, ana korangu mari pesinaru. So nobody likes being talked to in a rude way. And the other thing you say, even today in Tamil Nadu, if you ask, enna vayassu pa, vechiko 50. And then when Robert Daroff came here, eminent neurologist from the United States, and I said, Periya doctor vandirukkaru, I can still diagnose, analyze and treat my patients. But of course, the American Academy of Neurology has sent me a document, because I'm an honorary fellow, and the document says, falls in the elderly, be careful. Now, one of the commonest things that is happening in Chennai is falls in the elderly, because there are so many impediments. There is a famous physician, two people who taught me in England. There are several people who have taught
village about 20 kilometers from Tiruvannamalai, and that shows the population explosion. So I would like to talk as a student of Professor Krishnamurthy Srinivas, affectionately known to us as Professor KS. I'd just like to tell a couple of things. It is nearly 30 years, in 1985, when I was his student.
Model. He introduced this concept of psychosocial rehabilitation. The treatment will not yield result only for the patient, but also the family needs to be educated, the patient needs to be rehabilitated, and also the awareness and sensitization about the illness and the recovery process needs to be done. All those were streamlined by none other than Dr. Krishnamurthy Srinivas.
Life, but a very long progress, personal, professional career. A vision cannot be realized unless it takes all his members to share his vision. He has dedicated his entire life to others.
Professor Srinivas.
Imperial Bank. The years
profession, but a greater honor to be the only patient among so many doctors on the The unfathomable mystery of life has made Dr. K.S. a male hominid. The narrow confines of time and space have made him an Indian. The even finer containments of the human condition have made him what is affectionately called a tambram. Whatever in the intricate circuitries of the brain creates preferences has made him a medicine man. Their even narrower rabbit warrens have made him an expert in the working of that walnut-shaped organ and its control over nervous actions called the brain.